Good evening and welcome to the Hobby Corner. My name's Kev and it's Monday night, and you know what that means? It means Mortal Realms playthrough time. Yes, that's right. And also, you'll notice something a bit different. I didn't want to say anything before, but yes, I got rid of the hat. You know what? I thought, you know what? I'm going to flaunt my disastrous lockdown hair. So there you go. In all its glory. And it just reminds me so much of being a teenager, I'll tell you. Look at that. Swoosh. Yeah. So how's it going? I hope you're all well. I hope you're all having a lovely Easter bank holiday. Whether it's with your wife, your husband, your boyfriends, girlfriends, significant others, family, friends, children, whatever, pets, or just hobbying. I hope you had a good one. So cracking a beer. Oh, look at that. I don't know if you can see that, but you just see the little bit of gas just escaping there. Oh, beautiful. There we go. Beverage of choice tonight. So I hope the audio sounds fine. I haven't tested it yet, and of course I'm in a completely different location. That's right, I got my own permanent corner. Got a brand spanking new desk. I even kitted it out with some lights. That's how fancy I am. Proper pro, I know. Obviously, I moved my infamous framed pictures down here as well, because of course these are epic moments which catalogue a turning point in our two favourite hobbies. For Warhammer, this was when it got a whole new refresh for Age of Sigmar. And down here, the beginning of 8th edition, which again renewed the whole system. So have them up proudly. Anyways, let's have a look and see who's in the chat today. Alright, let's have a go. So we have Mr. Void, Captain Bazooka. How you doing, mate? We have Lupus Canis. How you doing? We also have Total Nova. How you doing? And we also got Mythos from the Frost and Fist. Wow. There we go. Beautiful. Oh, and Gary Knox sneaking in there as well. Excellent. So we're already doing all right, aren't we? So of course, people will start coming in as soon as they start seeing that this awesome, unmissable show is live. Age of Sigmar doesn't suck, okay? It's pretty much like 40k, but better because it's more tactical. That's it. 40k is literally whoever's got the biggest guns, yeah? Age of Sigmar, there's more maneuvering and counter maneuvers, so it's a bit more going on there. And to be frank, yes, it takes a lot longer moving individual pieces, especially if you've got horde armies, but the movement trays restricted your tactical ability so much, and at least this way it's more fluid. So yeah, let's see what we were saying in the chat. The hair is looking sharp. You lie, but thank you anyway. Total Nova is currently working on the base for the Uruk Mega Boss now. Ooh, did a trial and error last night and it didn't go too well. That's alright, you can always start again, can't you? And what else is going on here? Be happy that there is hair, my friend. Beware the days of it balding. That's the thing though. Great hair runs in the family. Like my granddad on my mother's side has still got a nice head of hair, and he's like 80 odd. Yeah, so I'm good. I'm better than good. No balding for me. You can even see from the hairline. Yeah, look. That's a solid hairline right there, yeah? Doesn't go back, doesn't recede that much at all. See? 33 years old. I think I'm doing alright. Yeah. Bringing out the inner emo of me as well. No one understands me. Oh dear. Alright. Look, your channel be looking sexy. Ah, thanks, man. It's a long time coming. You know. It was just a case of getting the funds, getting the time, getting the energy, and yeah, just moving the house around until everything fitted. So send hair donations. Well, I mean, you know what? If you're all that envious of my hair, I might one day let you all like pay for me to get it all, you know, buzzed off. You know, do a charity event and just have all my hair shaved off. I didn't have to beat you to the emo joke. Just say the emo jokes, man. Right, but I mean, cheers, man. Thank you. So the arrangement is actually kind of strange because I've got a wardrobe just in front of me there. It allows space in front of the desk, and the desk comes away from the wall rather than being up against the wall. So therefore, I can look at you there. I actually got the laptop on top of a taller stack of drawers at the end of the desk. So the laptop's there, so you can see me there. And then when I do this, ooh, there you go. You can then see the dice cam there, and we got the big cam up here. And now what I've done is I swapped them around because before I had this manual cam as the big cam, and I had this autofocus cam as the dice cam, but I'm in a position now where I actually can do it really well. So actually, do we even need that light? Whoa. Let's just pop that out. Let's see. Yeah, you can see me all right, but there we go. So I don't even need the big studio light because I got the I got a natural light bulb right above me. Yeah. Full studio tour. I would, but the problem is the rest of the room is still trashed because we're still organising it so that the wife can fit her business stuff in. Because as I mentioned before, she's doing her own wax crayons, you know, with like custom shapes and stuff, and then her own wax melts with different scents and colours and shapes and bath bombs and stuff like that. So if you're ever interested, just let me know. I can send you a link to the Etsy store and can hook you up. But yeah, enough of that. Let's get to it, shall we? So I want to bring us to the attention of Charge of the Harrow. Now this one is a nice one, right? We're going to have a lot of fun with this one. I just need to get the right music, so let's get some eerie music going. Ooh, fear. All right. So let's dive into the scenario. Charge of the Harrow. Let's move that closer. The Nighthaunt continue to arrive on the field of battle in droves. More chain rasps emerge from the hills and barrows, led by ghastly dreadblade Harrows, mounted upon ghostly steeds. Thankfully, the Celesta Ballista has been wheeled into position and is ready to fire. The Nighthaunt circle the tombs, their chains rattling and their mournful cries filling the air. They continued to dart forwards in groups, attempting to wear down the small force of Stormcast Eternals, who held the crumbling steps of the ruined temple. The arrival of the Celesta Ballista had been greeted with joy, and it had already destroyed several hordes of advancing Geists. The Nighthaunt knew that the Celesta Ballista would have to fall silent if they were to win the day. From out of the crowd of swirling spirits, a mounted warrior appeared, sword raised above his cowled head, a dreadblade Harrow. In the undead warrior's wake had drifted a horde of chain rasps, dragging their chains and manacles behind them as they surged forwards towards the steps. Castigators loaded ammunition into their thunderhead greatbows and levelled their weapons, waiting for the command to fire. Then, as the Geist reached the gate, the Castigator Prime bellowed his order. Loose! Yeah, boy. So, that is our scenario. Pretty cool, huh? Right, so what I'm going to do is we're going to just pop this down here and I'm just going to make this one and this one disappear for now, and we're going to move this over because we're going to start setting up. 30k is something I have my eye on, started a force but having no one to game. Yeah, that, I mean, having someone to game can really push you towards wanting to build a force quickly. Stop. Mythos, you sexy babe. Don't have to say such things. Right, so let's bring this down. I can always readjust it afterwards. Okay. There we go. I hope you can see that. Hope that's all clear. Proper pro style now, yeah. There we go. So, set up for the battle. What we need is the map, of course, and then we need the terrain, we need the dudes. So we also have this badass thing over here, which is the Celesta Ballista. Right, and we got 2 people who man it. This one, I believe, is one of them. And there's another one knocking about. As you... don't know if I told you, but I literally just piled all of my minis into one of the boxes just to put them all together out the way, which is very, very bad because it means poor dudes have got nowhere to go. Thank you. Just borrow your base from there we go. Alright, so there we go. We have the Celesta Ballista and the crew. Hey Boffnet, how you doing, mate? Oh yeah, I repeated your comment, but I didn't actually say hello. How you doing, Different Gear? Hope you're well. Let us know what you're all up to in the comments as well. Right, so Celesta Ballista. We have our stats here. It's got 3-inch movement, which you would expect because it's a war machine. Has 7 wounds and has a 4+ save. The missile weapon that it has, of course, is the Celesta Stormbolt's rapid fire. It's an 18-inch range, has 4 attacks, 5+ to hit, 3+ to wound, and -2 rend 1 damage. Now the to hit roll is kind of a bit of a letdown, to be honest. But I'm sure there are ways of buffing that. I believe, was it issue 50? You get the Lord Ordinator. I think he helps buff your artillery And then of course you got melee weapons from the crew, Sigmarite blades. They get 4 attacks, 4+. That's all together. 4+ to hit and 4+ to wound, and they do 1 damage. Now, the chain lightning ability is also on here as well. So each Celestial Stormbolt hit scores a D6 amount of hits. Aha! Is that right? Well, then that makes more sense, really, why it's so hard to hit. Paper mache base. Ooh, mate, you'd be waiting all night for that to dry. So, each Celestial Stormbolt that hits scores D6 hits. So you have a potential of 24 hits there. That's pretty brutal, actually. So I take back what I said. Like, even though like the hit rolls is not that great, you're bound to get at least 1 hit, I suppose, on the 5+, aren't you? So we got those there, and then we have. Oh, hang on. There we go. So I was in a bit of a rush, so I didn't get a chance to get all the minis together. So let's just put them to one side. We also have a unit of 5 castigators. Now, as we found out in the previous game, 5 of them, when they really rolled their 6s to hit, really put out the punishment. So they are really good when they want to be. So they got 5-inch move, 2 wounds each, and 4+ saves. Their missile weapon is 18-inch range, only has 1 attack, but it's a 3+ to hit, 3+ to wound, and it's -1 rend. But of course we're playing against Nighthaunt, so rends doesn't matter anyway. 1 damage each. But remember, they got burst of celestial energy, so for each hit of roll of a 6, they score D3 hits. So that's where they really come in handy. And of course they got the heavy stock melee weapon, so 2 attacks, 4+ to hit and 4+ to wound, with only 1 damage. Right, and then we're moving on to our chain rasps. So we got 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We need 10 of these buttes. Not that one. 9 and 10. There we go. Okay, so we have 10 chain rasps. And of course they have 12-inch move. Nope, they don't. They have 6-inch move, 1 wound, 5+ save, but they get the nice 2 attacks, 4+ to hit and 4+ to wound. And they got ethereal, so they ignore rend when it comes to save rolls. And they got the fly rule, which means they could just fly straight through any terrain. They don't take any penalty moving through it. And then we just need 1 Dread Harrow. That's right, they only deemed this game important enough for 1 to turn up. Let me just shove that over there, out of the way. There you are, my little fella. So, the Dreadblade Harrow. So 12-inch move, which, you know, as we know, is ridiculously impressive. It's got 5 wounds and a 4+ to save. It's got its Dreadblade, which does 3 attacks, 3+ to hit, 3+ to wound, -1 rend, and 1 damage. So that will really come in handy when it comes to hitting these, because they're a little bit lightly armored compared to our shielded Stormcast. Then you got Ghostly Hooves and Teeth. So you get your 2 attacks from the horse, 4+ to hit, 5+ to wound, 1 damage. We'll see if the horse does anything this time, because last game Nelly did only 1 hit, but then just you know, ruined it at the end. And then, of course, we got the Dreadblade. So add 1 to the damage characteristics of this model's Dreadblade if it made a charge move in the same turn. So, of course, it's always good to charge them in and then retreat when you can. And then, of course, they got the Ethereal, which means that they ignore rends to their save rolls. They got the Fly rule, so again, impervious to terrain. And they are a hero, which means they get Lookout Sir if they are within so much inches from a friendly unit. One thing to remember, in this game we start learning about the range of firing stuff. So of course we got our 18-inch range to remember. And let's see, our turn sequence go. Alright, it's just telling you how to check the range with the range ruler. Of course, you know how to just like put out 12-inch and then add 6 to make 18 inches. Yeah, it's model's eye view, so that you know if you can see anything to shoot. And then, of course, to go through the combat phase, what rend is, allocating wounds, and all that jargon. So we'll just keep this to one side as reference. And then, of course, the little talk through is the hero phase, movement phase, shooting phase, charge phase, and combat phase. Just like the Nighthaunt get first turn, which makes sense because I don't think you're going to get line of sight to begin with. Anyway, then Stormcast turn. Again, you do it all. We got no wizards on either side, so the hero turn will pretty much be skipped through. Which one won last? Yeah, Kev won. I honestly can't remember now. It was so damn close, and it was literally just a second after you left. The game ended, and I was just praying that you had caught the end of it. If someone in the chat can remember, was it the Nighthaunt or the Stormcast that one? Let us know. So here you can see they are able to shoot through the fences over here, but not the wall section. So as long as you can see through fences, then you're good to shoot. Pop that there, and then it goes into turn 2. Da-di-da. Doesn't say anything about the Lookout Sir, but to be honest, we're not going to worry too much about that. Right. So I'm going to pop all that away. And we're going to start setting up. So before we get started, let me know what your predictions are going to be for this game. Do you think Kev is going to win it this time? Or do you think Kev will secure another victory? Hedge your bets now, or forever hold your peace. And yeah, we're going to get started very soon. Just need to get everything put up on the board because, as I said before, I was in a bit of a rush helping to get the kids to sleep. And of course, tonight they wanted to wrestle each other rather than go to sleep, so that was fun. Nighthaunt, okay. That was it. It came down to just the one castigator and the horsey dude. I got a cup of tea as well. Oh, blimey, thank you. Yeah, they could see you coming in. I got a beer, some water, and a cup of tea. I don't know. I'm confused. What do I drink first, the tea or the beer?
Mix it.
Oh.
I remember.
Oh my goodness. That's dire, right? Who would mix it? Anyway, she only made me a cup of tea because she was feeling guilty because I was supposed to get some time earlier to edit, and instead I ended up spending an hour and a half trying to set up the damn printer, the wireless printer that we just got for her business, right? That would not recognize the fact that it was wireless. And I had to delete all the existing programs off my laptop, reinstall everything again. Oh, it was such a bloody nightmare. And then I had to dig out the old cable for the old printer, because if you buy yourself a wireless printer, it doesn't come with the USB cable to plug it in, which I think is ridiculous because they got a socket in the back to plug it in anyway. Madness. So let's see. We got money is on Bev. Enough with the Bev nonsense, right? Get out of here. Kev will be Prime Minister. No, not a chance. I haven't got the hair for it, obviously. Hang on. There you go. Do you think I could be Prime Minister now? You vote my wife to win. Well, funnily enough, she actually said last week that she would play tonight, but she's not feeling too well tonight. Because our boys have actually been not well the last few nights, and if you were on the Friday night show, like I told you, like they had like quite croupy coughs for a few nights, so we hadn't slept well. But because they're all cuddling up to my wife, she's getting all the coughs and snot in her face, so she's not well. So yeah, she's feeling a bit poorly. So I said, look, have the night off, and we'll reschedule for next week. So you vote my Beth for the win. Yeah, it was sweet. So we got one for Stormcast and one for Nighthaunt. All right, got everything set up pretty much. Okay. I wonder. See, that it's just not bright enough, is it? If I did this though. Welcome to the Thunderdome. Right? Now that would be so sick, right? But the problem is you can't see anything happening. Even if I turn this on. Yeah, it's too dark. Such a shame, isn't it? Alright. There you go. You can see all the crap that we've been moving around. Right. I'm hooked on a feeling. I'm high, believing that I'll drink the tea first. Alright, so setup. Setup is quite easy. We are told exactly where everything goes. Where did I put it? It's on the back of this page. Alright. So, of course, the Stormcast are going to be right over at this end, protecting everything, and we have that set up over there. Alright. And then, of course, we got these chaps. They're all lined up right behind the statue, so it blocks the line of sight through the gates. So we'll put them there like so. And then the storm, the Night Haunt, we have this chap. So we'll have to move the dice over a bit. Move the mic over a little bit as well. Okay. So this dude is over here. And then the Night Haunt are all starting off from these markings, and then you just fill out within within unit cohesion, like so. I think it's next issue we actually get a bravery score to deal with. That'd be fun. I'm still getting some green reflect off me though, so it's kind of cool. Ooh. Right. Yeah. I'll tell her you'll wish her well. I'm always rooting for Stormcast, but that's because I have Stormcast as well. Ah, dirty boy. But after last week's playthrough, I think the Night Haunt are pretty strong. They can be very strong. So yeah, we'll see. Right, so we are going to pop that back on so we can see the dice roll. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna have to move that. Let's move it up there. There we go. Did I do that right? That'll do. All right, that way we can see the dice rolls. Okay, I hope that's all right. Oof. Okay. All right, so we are going to start the game. If there are any final questions you need to know, any special rules for this game or whatever, I do believe this one is just specifically just playing around with, you know, firing range and line of sight. That's it, really. It doesn't look like there's anything else going on. But yeah, if you ain't got any more questions, forever hold your peace and we'll get started. Alright, I'll do. I think you can see alright, can't you? Just want to make sure I've got it all in shot, really. There we go. That's better. All right. So without further ado, it's the Night Haunt's turn 1. So, we don't have a hero phase. We skip over that because, you know, they're dingoes. Right, so go straight to the movement phase. Now, I'm not going to run the Dreadblade Harrow because that's just silly for me to do. I'm just going to pop it over here because this is perfect line of sight blocking terrain. So I want to make sure it doesn't get shot down like his mate did last game by these chaps. Because if you remember, like literally turn 1, All 5 of them shot down one of these Dreadblade Harrows like that, just obliterated him. Just he exploded off the board. So I don't want to do that this time. I do want to run these though, the chain rasps. So I'm going to roll the dice for that. They rolled a 1, so they go 7 inches. Which some would say is impressive, but I mean... Oh dear. Make whichever jokes you like. Alright, you go in there. Okay, so they can't do any shooting. They're nowhere near combat. So now it goes over to the Stormcast turn 1. Now the problem is if I move them, they're going to be closer to getting within charge range of this, and this can already move 12, and then it will be like you'd have to roll double 1s to not make the charge. I want to be sneaky though. This is not going to be able to reach anything because it's not in range. It's well out of range, and these are going to be out of range as well. So even if I move the 5 inches forwards, they're not going to be within range to be able to shoot that. And even though they would be in range to shoot that, they wouldn't be able to see it. Quite possibly. Alright. You know what, I'm going to shuffle these over, because if it fails its charge in turn 2, then they're going to be able to shoot the heck out of it. And remember, we're not at the stage where the turns are rolled for, so we don't have to do that yet. I'm going to keep this here though, just because there's no point moving it. Keep it as far back as possible, and then you get more shots in. So that's it. It's a very uneventful turn 1. I hope you didn't get too bored. It does mean I can turn the dice box round. Okay, zoom in a little bit. Manual zoom. There we go. Alright, so I hope you can see the dice okay. Right, I hope it's not blurry. Right, so now we move into turn 2. Action packed already. That's the wrong kind of video, man, but I'll see you around, man. Thanks for tuning in, mate. Right, so turn 2. The Dreadblade Harrow is going to make his move. Remember, he's got the fly rule because he's a ghost, so he doesn't have to roll for anything. And that does leave him, what? 6 inches away. So he only needs 6 inches to charge, so that's cool. They're still not doing anything, so I'm going to try and run them. And I rolled a 3. Okay, so that means they go 9 inches. Right, do I want to run straight towards that, or do I run straight towards them? Bearing in mind they could probably do a lot of damage to him, having the shooting phase and the combat phase. Alright, yeah, I'm gonna support this dude. I'm not gonna split my forces. So 9 inches this way. And again, these have the fly rule, so they can just wisp right through everything. I'm a ghost. Right. There we go. Right, so they are phasing through the fence there. And now, again, no shooting. So we move on to the charge phase. So, I'm going to charge the Dreadblade Harrow. I'm going to actually get some green dice out, actually. And also, I can zoom in a little bit now because we're closer. There we go. So as we get closer, I'll be able to zoom in more. So 2 dice to charge. He only needs a 6. He rolled 2 6s, so he's definitely made it. Stand and deliver. Right, they are well out of range, but they ran anyway, so they wouldn't be able to charge. Actually, yeah, no, they're just out. But they ran, so they can't charge anyway. So, we get straight to combat. Right, so the Dreadblade Harrow has 3 attacks, and he needs 3s to hit. Oh, that's a bit poor, isn't it? That was a really bad charge. He needs 3s to wound. Okay, he rolls a 4, so that's a wounding roll. Now the Stormcast has to make a save, but it's at -1 rend, so it goes to a 5+ save, and he fails on a 4. Okay. Now, because the Dreadblade Harrow made that attack on the charge, it means that he did 2 damage rather than 1. So that's 1 Stormcast Castigator dead. Bum bum bum. Alright. Okay, let's see. We now have 2 attacks from Nelly the Steed. He really was well executed. Head locked off and everything. Let's see if we can trample something with Nelly. So 4+ to hit. 1 hit. Okay. Need a 5+ to wound. No. Never mind. Right, now. They get to do their piling and attacks. So 3-inch piling. Bring that round here. And alright, just bring that to there. So they all get to attack with the heavy stock. So they literally just button it with their great bows. 4, 6, 8. They get 2 attacks each. It's 4+ to hit. That's a really good roll. That is a really good roll. Only 3 missed. And then we need 4s to wound. Was it 4s to wound? Yep, 4s to wound. Oh, well, that just let it down, didn't it? One save. Alright. There's no rend, so the Dreadblade needs to make a 4+ save. Saved it on a 5. So that is that. We now move on to the Stormcast turn 2. Alright. I'm going to keep sipping my tea because I've got 3 beverages to drink. Alright. I think that went well actually. Something died on the charge. So, I mean, that's already beaten expectations from previous games. Okay, so movement, there's no movement. Go straight into shooting. Let's move that over here. Now, the Celestar Ballista does have line of sight and it's within 18 inches. So it can shoot at these lot. So it gets 4 shots. Hitting on 5s. Ooh, look at that! Made 2. That's actually pretty good for first go. Now, it's got a special rule, which means that each hit scores D6 hits. So let's see how many these 2 dice equal to. 7. Okay, that's actually pretty good. Alright, so 7. So 2, 4, 6, 7. Now rolls to wound. Because as you can imagine, like, the bolts get shot out at them and then they just explode on impact and you get chain lightning just shooting around. So let's do this. It's 3+ to wound. Oh, this is gonna hurt. Right, we have 4 confirmed wound rolls. Luckily for the Nighthaunt, they don't take rend, so we go straight to 5+ save, and 3 have been expired. So let's get rid of 1, 2. Oh, get rid of that one. 3. There you go. Sound effects for free. That was a good shot. Right. Now, the these lot, they're going to be shooting at this chap right in front of them. Only makes sense. There's 4 of them, so 1 shot each. It's 3+ to hit. All of them hit. Nice. And then it's 3+ to wound. Yeah. 2 wounds. Okay. Not bad, not bad. Alright. Beating the odds there. So again, it's an unmodified 4+ save from the Dreadblade Harrow. Saves it. Just shrugs the bows off. Ah! What is that nasty? Yeah! Can't touch this. Can't touch this. My, can't touch this. Can't touch this. You're welcome, by the way. That's going to be stuck in your head all day. Okay, so now it's combat. Gonna see if we could do a 3-inch pile-in move. We can. There we go. So they get their attacks. So it's 2 attacks each, which means there's 8 attacks. They're hitting with the stock of their weapons. So it's 4s to hit. Oh, this is bad. Only one hit. Get some sound effect. The problem is I'd then need a soundboard, and that would just be so much extra, like, stuff going on, you know? I could have a soundboard on my phone, to be honest, and then just play it loud enough that the mic picks it up. That would be fun. Right, so these castigators obviously are better at shooting than they are at fighting. Right, he needs a 4+ to wound. Doesn't even get close. Now the Dreadblade Harrow gets these 3 attacks back. Remember, it's not the turn that he charged, so he doesn't get double damage. What was it he needed to hit? 3s to hit, so we've got 2 hits there. Okay, and then it's 3s to wound. 1 wound. All right. So we've got to make a save at -1 rend, so it's a 5+ save, and they fail, which means that one of them takes a wound. So I'll just put a dice there, and then we get 2 attacks from Nelly the horsey. What was it? 4s to hit. Oh, got a hit. Can we get a wound on 5s? Oh, no sugar lumps for you, love. Okay, so that's Stormcast turn 2 over. Download 1 on the figures though. The laptop is like 6 years old, and it's starting to. Oh, it's even going on 7 maybe. It's even though it was like mid-tier when I got it, it's sort of starting to slow down a bit now. So it can just about manage doing the mic, the 2 cameras, plus running Streamlabs and having music on in the background without dying. Because it's got a built-in GeForce graphics card, so I can't update the graphics card, otherwise I could get more life out of it. So it will have to be something to work on if I eventually get enough donations to buy a proper PC. So there you go. If you ever needed incentive to drop some donation down, boom. Right, so we're now moving into turn 3. Alright. Alright, that's the cup of tea finished. Bye bye. Have a swig of water. Right, so Nighthaunt. Movement. So at this point we don't want to run them, because again, if we run them we can't charge them. I want to be able to back this Dreadblade Harrow up. So let's do it. 6-inch movement. Just gonna go straight like that. No need to try and outsmart anything. There's no point like trying to get myself at an angle to block the line of sight, because it won't work with a unit this large anyway. So yeah, it's moving closer, shall we? There we go. Get closer to the action. Oh yeah. Right. So again, can't do shooting or anything. So gonna just charge them in. So 2 dice. What do we roll? 10? Yeah, they're easily in. But knowing how far I can go makes things a little more interesting. So keeping within full unit cohesion, I'm just going to move this marker out the way. It means all of them get into combat. Excellent. Right. Shoe. Let's pop that there. What am I gonna do? Which unit should I activate first? Shall I get this the Nighthaunt to sorry, the Chain Rasps to attack first, or the Dreadblade Harrow? I think the Nighthaunt Chain Rasps, because they just entered the fray fresh, and if they take any casualties, it will diminish how many attacks I can put out. Whereas if that does end up taking any wounds, unless it's dead, it can still do its full attacks. So let's go. 2 attacks each, so 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14 attacks. 10, 12. Oh, I'm missing 2 dice. Turn 3, right. Yeah, 14, okay. Alright, so they are going to be hitting on 4s. Woo! Dang, that is a damn good roll. That is a dang goose gone golly goose gone golly darn good roll. Okay, only 2 missed. That's 12 hits out of 14. That's crazy. Alright. So, there we go. Let's see if we can get similar success on the rolls to wound. 4s again. Oh, okay. That's still really good. That's still really good. So, let's take out the misses. That one. So out of 14 attacks, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 wounds. That's pretty good. That's pretty good going. Beating the odds there. So that means got to make 6 armor saves for the Stormcast castigators. No rend, so it's 4s to make their saves. Oh, they failed too. All right, so one of them is already on 1 wound, so that one dies. Ah! And then another one takes a wound. So I'll pass it back to that chap there. Okay, so we'll just remember it's this one that's got this wound marker. So they're doing alright, aren't they? Right, now it's with combat, you know, you activate, so one side chooses one unit, then the other side chooses another, and you go back and forth. They're going to do their attack. They get 6 attacks in total. Chances are they're not going to take 5 wounds off of the Dreadblade Harrow. No way. So I'm going to play smart, and I'm going to get all my attacks out on these Chain Rasps. I know some people would normally put all their attacks on this unit because that unit hasn't attacked already. But when you know you're not going to wipe out that unit or affect its number of attacks, there's just no point targeting it when you can do more damage against a weaker unit. So that's what I'm going to do. So it's 4s to hit. Oh, was there dice in there already? Oh, okay. Gonna have to roll that again. There's a random dice in there already. Alright, so 6 attacks. 4s to hit. That's very bad. Only 2. Yikes. 4s to wound. 1 wound. Alright. A 5-up save for chain rasp. Ah, 1 dead. Hey, hi, 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 why you kill me? Hi. Just dropped a dice over here. There it is. Hi. Oops. Just kicking everything. Alright, okay, so we are down to the Dreadblade Harrows attacks. So it's 3 attacks. Well, say that. Again, 3s to hit. He fluffs it completely. Can you believe it? Look at that. That is like staring at a snake in his butthole. Enough said. Alright, 2 attacks from the horsey. Come on, Nelly. Let's see if you can do it. 4s to hit. Ooh, she got 2 hits. Come on, Nelly. 5s to wound. She gets a wound on. Oh, sugar clumps all around. Sugar cubes all around. Ah. Alright, let's see if this actually finishes off one of the castigators. There's no rend, so it's a 4+ save. Oh no! Can you imagine? Can you imagine being that poor sod, getting whisked away back to Sigma to be reforged, and when you get asked, what was the manner of your death for reforging? You say, got kicked in the teeth by a ghosty horse. Bye. I think they reforged the wrong person there, mate. Absolutely abysmal. Abysmal. So yeah. There you go. That's crazy. Right. So now it's the Stormcast turn 3. Really got to step it up now. So, I mean, there's no movement really. That's just pivoting, just so they can make it more visual. There we go. If I make this unit run, the problem is they ain't going to be able to shoot in that turn, and I want to be able to shoot them anyway. So I'm going to leave them where they are. So alright, let's start. 2 shots going to be made at the Dreadblade Harrow. Need 3s to hit. 1 hits. 3s to wound. It wounds. And a save of 4+. He makes the save. Okay, so that was pointless. We then get 4 shots from the Celesta Ballista. It's going straight at the chain rasps. Remember, for every successful hit, you get D6 hits. So it's 5s to hit. Oh! Holy moly. Can you believe that? 3 6s. Oh. If it rolls that again for the D3, for the D6 number of hits, that would be madness. Right, so let's see how many hits that equals to. That's still good. That's still really good. 11 hits. Right, so let's get the dice. I haven't got 11 white dice. Down. I got 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Borrow 2 green ones. So these shots now wound on a 3. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4 of those shots didn't do anything. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's not right. 2, 4, 6. Yeah, 4 shots missed. So we now have to make 7 saves. 6, 7. I mean, it's like if the Nighthaunt didn't have the ethereal rule where they didn't take rend, they'd be taking -2 rend, which means that they would be automatically wiped out just from one shot. So 5s to save. They didn't make a single damn save, not a single damn one. So that was 7, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them. So there was a spare to go around, and they are wiped out. Look at that! How the tables have turned. Ooh! Hot dang! That is crazy how quickly that's turned round, right? Okay, we get into combat. So we got 4 attacks from the castigators on 4s. 2 hit. 4s to wound. 2 wounds. Alright, now they're starting to do something. Can you make the saves on these 4+ armor save? He makes 1 save, but he takes a wound. He's finally getting battered down. So that brings our Dreadblade Harrow from 5 to 4 wounds. There we go. But he gets his attacks back. So 3 attacks. Better than Game of Thrones Season 8. Right, 3 attacks. What was it? 3s to hit. Oh, only just got 2 hits in. 3s to wound. Oh, just the 1. Alright. 1 save at -1 rend. It's a 5+. The castigator. Oh! He saved it! Finally! They're not taking any wounds. Wow. Obviously these 2 are the true heroes, aren't they? Alright, now Nellie's gonna start kicking and chomping. So that's 4s to hit. 2 hits. Oh, 5s to wound. Come on, Nellie. Oh, come on. How can you just build us up and then just let us down? No sugar lumps for Nellie. You're just a disappointment, you know that? Complete disappointment. What is the point? Oh. I'm starting to sound like Nagash now, aren't I? Okay, so that is the end of turn 3. As it stands, all of the chain rasps got wiped out, thanks to the Celesta Ballista. And 3 of the 5 castigators have also been cut down, thanks to the combined efforts of the Dreadblade Harrow and the chain rasps. It's anyone's game because the Dreadblade Harrow could still do something. Not sure what. So let's flip over to turn 4. Now let's see. Shall I be boring? Should I be boring? Let me think. Can you do a run? Can you roll for a run when you retreat, or is retreating just your movement? Can't remember. Yes, you can. Okay. All right. Now, if this works out, 12 inches will take it straight to there, and it would just need another 3 inches to get straight out of line of sight behind this mausoleum over here. That would give it at least an extra turn to then run back at him, charge, and then get his double damage on the charge. So I'm going to do that. So I'm going to do a run and retreat. It rolled the 3 it needed. Oh! So yeah, again, 12 inches to the fence, 3 inches over. Oh dear. I like that. Whoop. There we go. It's such a boring turn, I know. But the thing is, I want to be a bit sneaky with my Dribbly Harrow, because it's only got 4 wounds left. They can still shoot and attack. That can do a lot of shooting, and it's still got attacks, and it's got 7 wounds on it as well. So I'm trying to play it smart as the Nighthaunt. That does mean though he can't do anything else his turn. So we're going to move it on to the Stormcast turn 4. Now, they're not going to be able to shoot at it no matter where they go. So I'm going to run these, and I'm going to run them over there, and hopefully they'll be out of range of the charge next turn, which would allow them to get more shooting in. So let's see how far they run. 3, so that means they run 8, which is great. Now, do I want to go over a bit? Yeah, I'll go over a bit, and that way I'm not going to be blocking the line of sight of the Celesta Ballista. Yeah. Okay. My base looks like a cotton makeup pad. Oh dear. Oh dear. Never mind. I'm sure you know you can do some like funky weathering and stuff like that and make it work. Right. Final sip of water, and then we move on to the beer. There we go. Oh yeah, that's better. Alright, so yeah, they can't do any shooting, no combat. We move on to turn 5. It's the Nighthaunt's turn. So he's gonna now run out like the absolute nutter he is. Like so. And that leaves him 4 inches away to get into combat. So he's going to charge. He just needs 4 or more. Easily does it. Okay, so we'll pop him there. Alright, so he's firmly in combat now. He's now going straight into the attacks. So 3s to hit. Okay, 2 hit. And then it's 3s to wound. Oh, snake eyes. Snake eyes. Ah, damn. I was relying on those hits to go through so that he could actually get double damage in. Never mind. We got 2 attacks from Nelly. Both of them miss. Of course, of course. Oh, Stormcast get their attacks back. 4s to hit. Oh my god. They are nailing it. Look at that. That's scary. Okay. 4s to wound. 2. Okay, yeah, no, that's still good. That's still good. So got to make 2 saves of 4+ for the Dreadblade Harrow. He makes them. What can I say? What can I say? He's a tough old cookie, right? Okay. So now the Stormcast are in a tricky predicament. If they run away, they won't be able to shoot or attack this turn, and they won't be able to lock him in combat for longer to grind him down. But it will mean that the Celestial Ballista can then shoot at him. And with the ridiculous amount of shots that he can put out, it's well worth the risk. Because if it fails to kill him off, then he's going to be free to charge at it, and it's not going to be able to shoot at all. And it's just going to be relying on the melee attacks of the crew. Because as it stands, if they stay in combat, that's not going to be able to shoot into this combat. Those were some boss saves, yeah. The main body is complete and painted. I just haven't done its accessories yet. Oh dear. After that, I shall work on the Brutes and Yard Boys. Yeah. Alright, let's bring it down a notch, shall we? Here we go. Oh, focus. There we go. Right. I'm going to get my my dudes to retreat, and I'm going to run them as well. At 1 inch, so that means they go a full 6 inches away, going in the opposite direction. There we go. And now we move into the shooting phase. So now they can't shoot because they ran, but the Celestial Ballista is now free to shoot up this dude. So you know what? Because it's such an epic moment, I'm actually going to bring the camera down a whole level for this. There we go. Look at that. You don't get this kind of quality, right, on Warhammer TV or any of the other big YouTube or Twitch tabletop streaming places. Okay, so 4 shots from the Celestial Ballista. Hitting on 5s. Only 1. Oh. All right, come on then, come on. It was doing so well the entire game until then. That is ridiculous. Okay, so let's see how many hits it gets. 5. Okay, it's got 5 hits. 3, 4, 5. It needs 4s to wound. No, it needs 3s to wound. My apologies. 3s to wound. Oh my god! That is the worst outcome possible. Let's just move this out the way again. There we go. Can you believe it? Only 1 out of all of that potential. And I bet he's going to save it like a boss, isn't he? 4+ save. Oh, I just launched the dice. Come on, save. He failed the save. Oh! Alright, so the opportunity has now been squandered. This angle should be used anyway, Kev. It's the... Yeah, but the problem is, though, if I use this angle, you're going to see how shite the rest of the room is. And also, it's quite tricky to do with the camera, to be honest. Especially with like autofocus, because something's going to be out of... it's going to be blurry. And you can't quite get the entire board in, can you? But it is cool. So yeah, those rolls were absolutely dire. Can you believe it? Like, the blister basically fluffed most of the shots, right? And that one just snuck through. That's crazy, man. Maybe one day when I've got it like properly all set up and decorated and that. I'm shocked over that turn. That Stormcast turn was absolutely mind-blowingly like, what the heck. Oh well, there's only one thing to do. Move on to turn 6, Nighthorn! Boom! Right, I have now got a brilliant opportunity to deny the Celestial Ballista of any shots, and this is the thing that's really going to hurt me the most. It's got 7 wounds as well. It's really going to hold me up. So I'm not too worried about them. I think I could grind them down. This thing is what's going to be the big butt ache. So I'm going to do my movement. Don't even need to do anything fancy. I just have to make sure I'm just 3 inches away. There we go. Okay, and now I'm going to roll for the charge. He makes the charge easily. Stand and deliver. Right, now that he's on the charge, he gets his double damage, remember. So 3 attacks on 3s to hit. That's a little bit better. 3s to wound. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Okay, so 2 saves at -1 rend. Means it's 2 5-up saves. Snake eyes. Oh. You know what that means? It's just taken 4 damage. Can you believe it? Wow. Where did that come from? I don't know. But it's amazing. So it's now down to 3 wounds. Dang. That was a really good gamble. Right, the horsey, little Nelly, is going to do its kicks and bites. Let's see. It needs 4s to hit. Both hits. Oh, come on, Nelly. Come on, Nelly. Let's do 5s to wound. Oh, Nelly, you let us down again. Why you got to be like that, huh? Why you gotta be like that? That damn horse is just not doing anything. Been away for a bit. What's the skinny? It's been all over the place, dude. We've had crazy things like most of the unit of castigators have been ground down. Literally in one shot, the Celesta Ballista took out what was left of the chain rasp. I think there was like 7 of them, and it just erased them from existence in one shot. It was absolutely ridiculous. Then I had the Dreadblade Harrow retreat and hide behind the mausoleum for a turn so it could charge again. It did absolutely nothing in the charge phase, so then I got these guys to run away so that the Celesta Ballista could shoot at it. You think out of a possible 24 hits it would do more than 1 wound, right? Nah, it didn't. It only got 1 hit and did 1 wound. And now to punish it, the Dreadblade Harrow charged, and of course on the charge it does double damage with its blade. So it got 2 wounds in, making 4 wounds. And of course it's a 7 wound model, so it's now down to 3 wounds, which is great. So the gamble paid off for the Nighthaunt, not so much for Stormcast, but we'll see how that goes. In the Stormcast turn 6. Now, I can't shoot into combat unless I'm already in the combat. I know it was 6 chain rasps, actually, wasn't it? Not 7. But I rolled 7 wounds, so and like failed all the saves. It was ridiculous. No, there was 11 saves to make, because it made 11 hits. And out of 11 saves, they only made 4. So yeah, they all got wiped. Anyways, so these have got. They can't shoot into combat unless they're in combat. So I'm going to get them to move closer and then charge in, because I'm a nutter like that. So you just have to be 3 inches away. So it's cool. Like that. And then they're going to charge. I know I'm crazy for this, but I'm going to do it anyway. Oh, they just made it. Oh, the dice have been all over the place. It's really crazy. Like 1 minute the dice are murdering everything, and the next minute the dice are doing absolutely sod all. So let's move that wound count around, and they charged in. Da, da, da. Right, so I'm gonna let them get their attacks first. So they get 4 attacks. Then he falls to hit. Okay. So 50-50. That's bang on the odds. They need 4s to wound. Again, 50-50, so on the odds there. 1 save of 4+. Oh, the Dreadblade Harrow has been overwhelmed. Takes another wound. Oh, dang. Right. So, the Dreadblade Harrow can either attack the castigators or it can attack the ballista. The ballista can still make its melee attacks, because it's got 4 attacks to make from the 2 crew. So, and it's only on 3 wounds. So I think I'm going to go for that. So the Dreadblade Harrow is going to attack the ballista with 3s to hit. Oh, come on now. Come on now. That's absolutely piss poor. That is ridiculous. Alright, these 3 to wound. It wounds. Okay. -1 to the save, making it a 5-up save. they take another wound. Okay, so they're down to 2. Now, wouldn't this be great if the horsey finally does something and just kicks the heck out of the blister? That would be amazing, right? Let's make it happen. All right. 4s to hit. No, it's not going to do it. Come on, Nelly. 5s to wound. Finally got a wound in. About blooming time, love. Right. 1 normal, 4+ save from the blister crew. They failed! Sorry, I just jumped out my seat because I got so excited. The horse finally freaking caused a wound. Wow. I mean, I wish it was 2 wounds, but oh well. Why would I shout Sigma? I was hoping that the blooming horsey would do some damage. Alright, so the blister crew are down to 1 wound. Right, they still get their attacks back now. So it's 4 attacks. 4s to hit. Oh, they are peeved. How peeved are they? All 4 hit. Oh dear. Are they going to finish him off? 4s to wound. Oh, 2 wounds. Okay. Now if he fails these 2 wounds, then that's it. Game over. 2 4-up saves. Oh! That is game, set, and match. Boom. You got yourself beaten up by some engineers. You suck. Just when the horse finally did something, right? They were like, no, we're not having that. Sigma's watching us. Let's beat the shit out of this guy. You just start battering it with ratchets and hammers and stuff. Oh dear. Bye bye. Bye bye. So there we go. So the casualties are this. All of them against just the 3 of them. That's crazy, right? Oh, man. What a game. What a game. I mean, let me know in the comments, yeah, if you thought Kevin was going to win that. I mean, it almost turned in favour of Kevin then. Holy moly. I thought that would get on to turn 7, you know? I really did think that would go on for another turn. I know, I did it. I finally beat Kev. That was good fun though, right? That was mental. It was incense and intense. The incense was intense. There you go. Whoa, I mean, I'll tell you what. I don't regret retreating the Dreadblade Harrow. It did long out the game for an extra turn, but it gave it more tactical maneuverability. And I mean, that's the whole point of it having the 12-inch range and having the double damage on the charge. You know, is that you run it out and then slam it back in. So yeah, it was nice to use that to that effect, but it just fluffed its rolls when it did that. It was absolutely ridiculous. The first charge it did was pretty good, but after that it just wasn't putting out the damage. I was very impressed with the Celesta Blister, the way it erased those chain rasps absolutely murdered them. Just a shame it didn't do the same to the Dreadblade, but then again, it didn't need to because the crew finished it off anyway, so it was a bit of a weird one. And yeah, the castigators didn't really get to do much this time, which is a shame because in the last game they really did have a couple of lucky shots going out there. So yeah, I mean, let me know what you think in the comments below about that. But that was a fun game. I enjoyed that a lot. So let's have a look. Let's have a look, see what is the next scenario. The next one that we'll be playing next week. Delving into Darkness from issue 16. It's on a small board, and it is Zandria Jorbolt facing off the Briar Queen and her Thorns, so heavily outnumbered. That's going to be harsh. And what is the thing in that? All weapons in Age of Sigmar have a maximum range, even melee weapons. In this playthrough, we show you how to measure range in the combat phase. Okay. Alright, so we're adding range to melee weapons now. So 1 inch range for malignant weapons, 3 inch range for the Briar Whip, 2 inch range for the staff. Okay, I get it. Right. So it's all about being smart with your pilings and making sure that you got enough space for it. And of course at the back you got the little cutout, haven't you? This. So you can scan it, cut it out, glue it together, and then yeah. Well, I mean, you really would love to have a bit of it. I feel like I shouldn't have demolished all my night. Well, I mean, the Nighthawks can really put out the attacks. They can really do really well. It's just you got to get lucky with the armor saves because the armor saves aren't that great. But that being said, it's quite balanced actually. So yeah, and I hope this inspires you lot to play games as well, like whether it's on your own or with whoever poor sod lives with you as well. Because even if you are on your own, like myself, there's no shame in having a game, and as long as you're honest about how you want to win, you know, if you're pursuing a specific objective in the game for each side and you try and do your best to achieve that, you know, then you can make it happen. The problem is I am very competitive. That's why I don't do competitive play. I just do narrative play. But I get competitive against myself. That's how competitive I am. So the Stormcast can fight the Uruks if you want them to, yeah. Because any army could fight any army, but in the narrative, Uruks are from the Destruction faction, and Stormcast are from the Order faction. So, but that being said, it doesn't mean that they haven't been allies before. So anyway, I'm gonna leave it there. Thank you everyone so much for tuning in and experiencing the new layout and everything. I really enjoyed it, and it's been nice actually having my own space to do all of this. And now once I pack this away, I can keep all these cameras and lights up. I don't have to put it away. It's amazing. I could just fold up this mat, put the scenery away, and then just crack out the paints and start doing hobby. I love it. It's amazing. So yeah, I'm getting giddy now. Got a new toy. So anyway, as always, if you haven't already subscribed, make sure you hit that subscribe button and the bell notification icon next to it, and select all so you don't miss any videos. Smash that like button as well. Always leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think. Do you think you would have done something different? Or how do you think each faction played in the game? Let me know. Also, you got all your social media links down there. You got all your Facebook groups down there. Always check out the Chilling Wargamers as well, 100%, because I am a proud member of the network, and just solid people. Also, if you do fancy supporting the channel, there are many ways of doing it. You can make straight up donations. You can order yourself more issues from the Forbidden Planet link as well, if you hit that link, and pre-order yourself some stuff if you're not already subscribed to Hash It. Then I get a little kickback. Doesn't cost you anything extra, and actually each issue is 50p cheaper. And if you need other hobby supplies as well, then you got the Element links link there as well. So the Element links, the Element Games link down there as well. And make sure that before you check out, you enter the code that's also just above the link, and you get yourself double reward points, which add up real quick, and you get free stuff with those reward points. So you know it's well worth it, and you make a pretty good saving on the purchases anyway. So yeah, thank you so much everyone for tuning in. Big love to you all. Yes, literally the hobby corner, that is it. I'm finally back in a corner, because all my big fans out there who've been with me since the beginning, they remember I was in a cupboard. That is the corner of corners, right? Now I'm back into a steady corner of the room. Anyways, big love to you all. Have a good night. Enjoy the rest of your Easter, and I'll see you Friday at 8 PM. So until then, peace out. Mwah!